guys, Fourfold here. We posted earlier today on our Twitter and Facebook saying that we were going to let you guys ask us some questions and we would give you our feedback. Some of you gave some really awesome questions, and some gave some really funny questions, so we're going to do our best to answer those fully. We'll start with Facebook. The first one from Lacey says, "How's it going?" So her pretty good time.
Going pretty well.
And can we get a St. Bernard puppy? Lacey is my fiance, and we can talk about that another time. Grant Harbin, can I be in the band?
I don't know.
I think you're too good, bro.
That.
We'll talk with our committee, and we'll come to
talk
the
with our
consensus.
board.
Duet album will be happening pretty soon. Grant Harbin, guys, he's the man.
Yes.
Caitlin, hey bros, if each of you could be a superhero, who would you be and why? P.S. Batman is not a superhero. Cool gadgets don't count. Wink face.
Drew?
I'm going to say Spider-Man. I've always kind of liked Spider-Man. Cool guy. Kind of a nerdy character. Kind of cocky. Kind of jerky. kind of cool guy.
Go with the oddball here. It's a Green Lantern. It's that ring you can, your limits are your imagination.
Okay,
Very true.
that's fair enough.
Very good.
I would probably have to be the Flash Gordon.
Very good.
Especially being a drummer.
Yeah, I could play double time all the time.
Yeah. That's a good call. I'd have to do Iron Man, I think. Though I will point out,
I feel like that's cool
gadgets.
gadgets.
you know, that's what I was going to say. That's debatable. Very, I don't know if I agree with that, because Batman's definitely a superhero in my book. So.
Okay.
Iron Man's a superhero in my heart. So
Exactly.
He was my second favorite.
Alright, we're going to take it a little more on the serious side. Emily asked, who in your lives have been the biggest spiritual influences and mentors? Jared, you want to lead that off?
Yeah, for me personally, my brother has been a huge influence in my spiritual walk throughout my life. Just he's studying theology as a profession, so through his studies, he's just sparked a lot of interest in me. I also have to give a lot of credit to Chris Brooks from my college ministry, going through school. Just the words that he's spoken to my life were immeasurable, and so I'm very grateful for that. So those two in particular kind of speak out to me.
I'd say for me, my mom in particular has always been an encouragement in my life spiritually, especially for speaking truth and prayers into my life throughout my entire existence, my father included, but specifically my mom, and just the level of compassion that she showed to my life and how that's affected my faith journey. My local church that I grew up in, kind of got my start in worship leadership there, so there were a couple really key figures who poured into me from that side of things, so I'd say they fall into that category.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was gonna second Chris Brooks. Beautiful wordsmith, giving sermons, just thinking about things in ways you've never thought about before. Just like spurring great imaginative images, and just it's beautiful. And then my parents, of course, growing up in a Christian household, and just the excellent example that they set for me. It's just phenomenal, and I'm way thankful. So.
Yeah, sure. I'll echo that. My parents have both been images of Christ-like living growing up, and just an icon of faith. And they've been really supportive of us and of myself in here.
And hospitable. This is the Norton family farm. We're here
Absolutely.
on a retreat right now, just resting and refocusing and trying to get our bearings for this next year of ministry.
So good cooking and fun times were had by all.
Jared, you're going to have to help me with this name. I feel like you know that one.
Lamarie Coleman.
Yeah, Lamarie says, how do you want to be remembered and what efforts are you taking for it? I think to start that question, just kind of restating our mission statement. We were actually talking about this a couple nights ago, which simply is, I don't know word for word exactly, but we exist to create divinely inspired music for the glory of God, to strengthen His church and spread the gospel to all nations, to the ends of the earth. And so I guess we would want to be remembered as a missional ministry more than a music ministry, just because there's so much more that's happening in like the spiritual realm of things other than just playing music. Not that that's insignificant, but it's kind of secondary. And so from my perspective, I would like to see other worship leaders, worship pastors even, being raised up for the glory of God, who are making disciples, or making disciple makers, for long-term ministry effects.
Yeah, I mean, I would echo that as well. I mean, pretty much from a band standpoint, musical standpoint, I just want to be remembered as strengthening the kingdom of Christ, expanding that to just not even other states within our own country, but to other countries as well, and to be remembered in that light.
Yeah, for sure. And this kind of sheds some light on some long-term vision that we've been discussing, as far as raising up other worship leaders and even worship pastors. We're kind of on the front end of this, being a few years into it, but already looking at ways to take steps into discipling younger guys and girls, even in the future, to be leaders in that sense. So,
Good question.
Good question.
yeah, awesome question. Jocelyn, who or what bands inspire your music? Also, what is your favorite popsicle flavor? Patrick, why don't you take the lead on that?
Well, there's a couple bands we all certainly like. We're all big Paper Route fans. We're all big Mute Math fans. As far as music similar to ours, we like Tim Hughes and
Love Phil Wickham.
Phil Wickham.
Aaron Keys.
Aaron Keys is phenomenal. We like a band called Ascend the Hill out of Tampa, Florida. You guys should check them out.
Yeah.
And a band called The Digital Age.
Yeah.
David Crowder's band. They're doing their own thing now, and it's really, really good.
Laura had a question that played kind of into this. If you
Hold
could
on,
be...
our popsicles.
Oh, yeah.
Popsicles? I'm a banana popsicle guy all the way.
Okay, I'm going to plug a little hometown glory here. Steel City Pops in Homewood, Alabama has a popsicle that's strawberry cream.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't try it, you're missing out.
If you're from Alabama and you haven't eaten at Steel City Pops, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say orange, just regular orange.
Orange Crush. Do you like creamsicles?
No, I do not like creamsicles.
Okay. Drew?
And I'm gonna say sour green apple.
Okay, that was my
Kind of
second
that.
choice.
Second choice.
Mm-hmm.
Should be your first.
Yeah, well, Jolly Ranchers is my first, but
Fair enough.
Playing off Jocelyn's first question about who or what bands inspire your music, Laura had a question that said if you could be any other band for a day, who would it be? I don't know that this would necessarily be the same thing as our influences, because I think Patrick's got an interesting
Definitely,
answer
yeah.
for this one.
Sure. If I could be in any band for a day, without a doubt, I would be in Led Zeppelin. I gotta get back to my rock roots. In high school and whatnot, I had Led Zeppelin on repeat. Or any hair metal band from the 80s, I'd be fine with as well. I would play for Europe.
I think if I could, maybe for a day, I don't even think there's a band in this decade that I would be in. I think I would go back to the 40s or 30s when swing was in full swing, and be in a jazz band or a big band kind of band, play upright bass. Because that was just all that kind of stuff was just so fun to play and so fun to listen to.
I think for me, I'm a sucker for singer-songwriter, folk, acoustic type stuff. So anything of that sort in a very large context, something on the scale of Avett Brothers or Mumford & Sons. Music's just a lot of fun to me. It's kind of where I got a lot of my starts in songwriting. And so, yeah, that'd be my answer.
Mine would indeed probably be the same as our previous answer with Mute Math and Paper Route. I have listened to those off and on for years, and they have greatly influenced the way I play guitar, and just like their energy is awesome. So.
Yeah. For sure.
And if all else fails, I would drum for a late night talk show host. I would be in Roots if offered the position.
Yeah. That would be sick.
Okay, Mark says, "What's up, guy? Hanging out,
Yeah, just chilling, man.
shooting
Yeah,
guns,
it's
riding four-wheelers."
Four-wheelers.
Drew has been brought into the world of redneck these past few days.
We have introduced Drew to many a thing this week.
He has accepted it well. He has
Drove a
taken to it
tractor.
like a natural.
Yep. Drew drove his first tractor this
Shot
week.
my first.
First rifle, first shotgun, and he's a natural.
Hit the first skeet
First shot he took hit the clay. Pretty incredible.
first time.
It's good stuff. Mark also asked, "What are y'all's favorite movies?"
That's always a tough one.
It's like a
mine
top
too.
10
Yeah.
in no order.
Let's break it down by genre.
I'm just gonna say war movies. I'm a sucker for pretty much any war movie,
Okay.
especially like Black Hawk Down, Saving Private Ryan. The movie series Band of Brothers is pretty
fantastic.
Yeah, they're at the top of their game. I can't think of anything that can even come close to that movie series. So.
I'm gonna have to kind of echo that. War. I don't know if this counts as war. Gladiator has always been one of my top.
Yeah. Anything in that kind of.
I'm also gonna divert the question a little bit and go to TV shows because I feel like that's kind of more of what we've been on lately. As far as series and stuff.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad. Lost.
We're all Breaking Bad.
Walking Go ahead and say Lost again, and Lost one more time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna geek out. I'm gonna say the Lord of the Rings series, including the latest Hobbit and the 2 Hobbits to come.
Okay.
I'm a Tolkien fan.
More of a Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
All right.
Mark also asked, "What is your favorite song to perform?"
I feel like it kind of changes.
That's
sometimes.
a good question.
I think it's almost always the newest song that we've written because in that
originals
moment that's the
covers,
greatest song there is for us. Some cover songs right now, I'd probably have to say "At Your Name" by Tim Hughes and Phil Wickham.
Yeah.
Song's real groovy. Songs that we're working on, we have a new one that's going to be coming out sometime this year. It's called "Great God Man."
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about that song.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really like playing "Furious" by Jeremy Riddle.
Yeah.
That one's always a blast to play.
Bonus question. This is probably going to apply to Jared and I the most. Favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
Ooh, gosh, that's a tough question.
You got Goku, you got Goku Super Saiyan.
That's right.
Vegeta, Gohan.
I think I'm gonna go with Gotenks.
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 I said Chaozu or something.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Man, I like Piccolo a lot,
Okay.
but I don't have a favorite. That's too hard of a question.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Good reference though.
Yes.
I like
That's a
that.
good question.
Okay, we are now gonna switch over to Twitter to read a couple from here. Kyle from Chelsea said, "How far is too far?" And we're gonna say that there is no distance that we're not willing to travel to come serve you guys.
That's right.
So Kyle, if your youth group wants us to come, you do not have to worry about how far away you are.
That's right.
It's looking like Twitter didn't have as
We had a
much
good one from Tyler.
as Facebook, but Tyler, he says, a piece of wire 20 centimeters long is cut into 2 pieces. One piece is bent into a square and the other is bent into a circle. At what length should the wire be cut to minimize the total area enclosed? And I'm going to let Drew take that as our engineer.
Yes, I had to look this up again because I have indeed solved this problem and did not enjoy it. All of the calculus classes I've had to take, but using the area formulas, solving into one variable for sides, 4 sides for a square, you use one side of the circle. Taking the derivative of that and the second derivative, if you set it to 0, those equal, I can't quite remember, but I know 1 equals the minimum. It just equals the minimum, and you solve for your variable. So if we work that out, you get 11.21 centimeters for the square, for a side of the square, and the circle needs to be 8.79 centimeters, and that will minimize your area.
So there you go,
There you
Tyler.
have it.
It's 11.21,
So if you're taking your standardized tests,
8.79 centimeters.
We had one more question from Demetrius, and Demetrius says, what should we be expecting over this next year? First and foremost, we are going to be releasing a single before the summer. And this summer we will be the band for an Infuge camp. For those of you guys who don't know, that's a Lifeway camp. It's going to be happening in Charleston, South Carolina. So we'll be there for 6 or 7 weeks, I think. And then there's a lot of openings past that. Some stuff that's filling up the calendar now, but that's a little bit about us. We would love to worship with you guys, to serve you in some way. So if we can, feel free to contact us. We are not out of reach, and as Kyle said, there's no distance that's too far to travel. So love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this Q&A time. We'll probably do it again in the future. And from the Norton Farm, we are Fourfold.
Thanks, guys.